Hello YouTube, this is another update, one of the maybe too many, and this will be actually about the OLEDiTREK, but I put this on the side for 1 second. After, where is it, several more design changes, small tiny changes on the V-gauge frame, I finally have, I think, the right 3D file and the right settings for the printer. I took this off the printer like this. I'm using a raft because this is ABS, and with the raft it sticks beautifully to my Ender 3 printer, courtesy of Banggood. Thank you for them, to them. And as you might see, there's a gap. Yes, I have it to where it comes off the raft like this. This happened when I pulled it off the printer bed, so this came apart by itself, and look here how nice it comes apart without me having to use my knife. This is the only corner a little stickier, but this is it. It comes off like this, and you can see on my fingers I cut them several times by pulling the knife in there and wiggling it around, but this comes out perfect. And as you can see, it is flat, and let me get some light in here. The only corner I'm having a little issues is here on the bottom right corner, and I have not cleaned up the little nicks here. I just pulled it off the print table like that, printer pad. So I might just need to adjust the first layer a little more. It gets a little squished, I think, but other than that, this looks real nice. And I wanted to show how easy it is to change the frames out in case you want to get different colors and want them to be able to change them out on your V-gauge. You just open or take out 8 screws on the top. And did I ever mention that I love my screwdriver? Okay, now this is kind of like a magic trick, you know, when they let the female float mid-air. This is it. This is how you get it out mid-air. And to put the new one in, goes like this. Slide it in here. Here's the flat wire cable. Put it on there. Of course, it's a little more difficult behind the camera. And this is it. Just screw it back in. It's again almost, I think it already passed 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm still up and working as always. So you can change these out if you wish to do so. I'm peeking around my camera right now with one eye. This is it. And now we will see the fit and finish. I had to bug my friend in Denmark again, Carsten, for slight adjustments. My trial version of Fusion 360 expired, so I could not do it myself, but he kindly helped me out again and again and again. So this is the frame, guys. Anyhow, back to business. I have a demo code running here on the V-gauge itself, so you can see the RPM, the shift light. So this is my OLEDiTREK. I showed it many times. This is for a customer of mine from Netherlands. This will go out tomorrow. You have the SD card in here. If you turn it on and the SD card is not plugged in, it will say insert SD card. Insert SD. I missed the card. Okay, I put it in and then it comes up. All these codes are included, including my clock code. And I'm not gonna go through all the codes. If you're interested in it, drop me a message and I send you the wiring, not the wiring diagram, the manual, the codes that are in there and the pinouts in case you want to upload your own code. And I also have written down how you get the hex file to put on the SD card to put your own code in. You can try it, of course, before that by just plugging it into your computer, and with the Arduino IDE you can upload code and try it out directly. You have a Neopixel stick here. This runs on 5 volts. I have a voltage DC-DC converter that you can turn on and off with this button on here, so you don't have it on all the time if you don't need it. You have the CR1220 backup battery for the RTC chip that's in there. The RTC chip can be updated from the built-in GPS, so you have always the most accurate clock in your hand. You have a 3.5mm audio jack. This is a 4-pin. It has plus minus output, and analog and digital in or output depending on how you're gonna use it. Here is the speaker. Here is the mute button for the speaker, so you can mute it manually also. You have your 10 degree of freedom accelerometer and BMP280 temperature, pressure and humidity sensor in there. You do have a reset button over here. You have an on-off switch for the OLEDiTREK, and you have an extra on-off switch for the GPS module. So if you're not using it, you can turn it on. If you turn it on, you see the LED come on shortly, and after it acquires a signal, it will blink. It has a 800 milliamp battery. It has wireless charging, hence the logo on the back. It has, of course, charging and full LEDs over here. It has 4 buttons, rotary encoder with the center button. You have 4 LEDs here. You have a couple of games. You have my police light code and a whole bunch of other things. Let me just real quick go to the code with you. I have my 3-digit GPS speedo, the 8-ball game, the magic ball game, Ultimax, which shows you the minimum and maximum altimeter, the height. You have an altimeter logger. This is a real fast logger. It was not all the codes are from me. Some are from the internet that I've downloaded and edited. And this altimeter logger is a logger for toy rockets, and it logs the altitude real fast. You have an analog RPM meter which goes over 300,000 RPM. Believe me, I measured it with my oscilloscope, with my frequency generator better. You have an Art Deco clock. You have XLF, that's a soundtrack. You have a calendar. My clock comes comes in two codes. The first code you upload, so it will set the EEPROM, and then you upload it again with the EEPROM already set, so you upload the first and then the second. You have a dice game, you have a dino game where you feed a dinosaur. You have my Flying Eagle logo. I mean, those are not used, but I mean, it's just on there. You have an encoder test where you can test the encoder. You have the frequency generator code with the oscilloscope that you can choose. You have another frequency counter that measures in hertz. You have an hour meter that when you start it, it starts counting the hours elapsed. You have an I2C scanner which scans the onboard sensors. Oh, see, I forgot. You have also a 5-pin connector up here. This has plus minus and SDA and SCL, so you can attach additional I2C sensors like the infrared thermometer, for example, the module. And the fifth is a D9 output from the frequency generator. You can have it audible on the speaker, and you have the extra output on there. And you have, this is the code for the infrared thermometer, temperature meter. This is a game where you jump over obstacles. This is my Knight Rider code for the Neopixel. This is a level that you can use that shows the levels on the, depending on where you are, or you can measure the level in degrees. You have, this is the menu app, it's called Loader. This is just a small voltmeter that shows the voltage on the corner. This is a moon phase calculator. Depending on the RTC chip, it shows you when you're gonna get the next full moon and whatnot. You have a Neopixel police light over here. OLEDiTREK, this is the GPS tracker that's built in here. Of course, you can then, if you turn it on, track your GPS data onto the micro and save it onto the microSD card, so you can take it out and upload it to your computer. You have the police LED light. This is the 4 LEDs over here. You have a RPM simulator that's running on my oscilloscope PCB and is making this come true. Oh, that works with that. I'm sorry, I'm blabbering again. This is the RTC setter with the GPS signal, so it sets the clock. This is another game that I found the other day. This is the famous Simon game from the 80s with the LEDs and the sounds. This is another game that a nice person shared on YouTube, and he allowed me to use it on here. This is again soundtrack, Star Wars soundtrack. This is a flying toaster screensaver that came out in the 90s with I think Windows 95, which was my first laptop. This is Track GPS, which shows satellites received, speed, time, and latitude and longitude. This is the voltmeter that you can use the analog input to measure the voltage. It has a voltage divider, so you can go up to 16 or 20 volts, something like that. But it's thought for car use, so it's normally for 12 volt input. And here you have a variometer code that shows you the height, and it beeps when you go up and it beeps different when you go down. And this is my Christmas tree code that shows different Christmas trees. It runs in this orientation and plays jingle bells, which is early now, but anyhow, this is it. You have 39 codes. As soon as I have more codes, I will send them out to every customer that wants them. And you can feel free to share your own code, so I can upload it to the SD card also. And I think this was it. Let me look around and see if I missed anything. This is the GPS module, and this is the GPS antenna, which I'm using the same module. It's, see the LED here, and antenna is up here. On this side I explained, speaker and everything. Yes, this is it, guys. This is the OLEDiTREK. You can buy it as soon as you like. I will put it up on Tindy in the next few days. If you're interested, let me know. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. I think this was it. Okay, I'm not too long over. So anyhow, this was it. Thanks for watching and take care, everybody.